Let's begin with the screening of the newly appointed service chiefs by the President Tinubu a few days ago. As the Senate says, it is set for the screening and confirmation. The decision followed a formal request by President Bola Tinubu conveyed in two separate letters to the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and read during plenary. In the letters, President Tinubu cited Section 18, Subsection 1 of the Armed Forces Act, Cap A20, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, as a legal basis for the nominations and urged the Senate to give the matter urgent consideration. Mr. Akpabio said the decision to screen all the service chiefs simultaneously was in the interest of national security and operational stability, noting that prompt confirmation would enable the new military leadership to assume duty without delay. Joining us live via Zoom from Kaduna is Dr. Sani Shinkafi, is the Executive Director of Patriots for Advancement of Peace and Social Development in Nigeria. Thanks for joining me on the news. Going straight to it, many Nigerians see the screening of the service chiefs as a constitutional formality rather than a thorough evaluation. Do you think the Senate has been rigorous enough in assessing the competence and vision of these new appointees? Dr. Sani, can you hear me? If you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. I'm saying that many Nigerians see the screening of service chiefs as a constitutional formality rather than a thorough evaluation. Do you think the Senate has been rigorous enough in assessing the competence and the vision of these new appointees?
The Constitution of the Portfolio of Nigeria, Section 218, Subsection 1 and 2, grant Mr. President, who is the Commander-in-Chief Armed Forces of the Portfolio of Nigeria, to appoint new service chiefs or to appoint service chiefs, and also to be screened by the National Assembly. The screening exercise, mostly the National Assembly, depend on the security screening from the Department of State Security Service. Because of the urgency of the matter, in order not to create gap, then the National Assembly has left with no option than to vigorously go through the profile of the service chiefs, that is their resume and their record of service and their wealth of experience, and also to depend on the security report by the secret police, that is the Department of State Security Service. So all the members of the National Assembly will have the resume, the CB of the appointed service chief, and it is through the security reports and their CB, then the senators at the committee of the whole ask questions for other further clarification. So it's not a mere constitutional prohibition, but also they have the right to scrutinize their profile and their record of service.
Okay. In your own assessment, what key indicators should lawmakers focus during the screening? Is it strategic thinking or operational record or reform agenda?
Yeah, they need to focus on their strategic thinking, their capability and vision to also execute the issue of the national security, which will have a lot of security challenges at hand, and also their operational records. How they have performed in the various operation theaters, how many offices they have hold, and the experience they have. And also the reform agenda, because there is need for total overhaul of the security architecture of the country. And most especially, the service chiefs have a lot of enormous challenge at hand. the issue of armed banditry, oil theft, terrorism, armed banditry, kidnapping, ransom, agitation for self-determination. So they have enormous tasks ahead of them. So the National Assembly should focus mainly on the issue of the strategic thinking, that their capability, their vision, and their wealth of experience, how to exercise, how to do this National Assembly, and also how to carry out the reform agenda of the present administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Green Hope agenda. There's a high expectation from these new service chiefs.
Okay. Considering the complex nature of Nigeria's security challenges, insurgency, banditry, and terrorism, what strategic priorities should the new service chiefs outline to reassure Nigerians of a new, fresh approach?
Yeah, there is need for development of advanced technology in the fight against this insecurity in the country, most especially insurgency in the northeast and banditry in the northwest and part of north central, oil theft, agitation for self-determination, cultism, militancy. There's a lot of enormous challenges ahead in the hand of these new service chiefs. So there is need for application of new advanced technology in the fight against this insecurity, to shift from the conventional fight or traditional military ways of fighting this crime, criminality, and use surveillance drones, tracking drones, jet fighters. There should be also proper training. The military should be well equipped, well financed, and well motivated. So there is need for the service chief to make sure that there's a proper utilization of the money appropriated to this security and defense. And also, there is need for Mr. President to get competent hands as the ministers of defense so that they will work hand in hand with the new service chiefs. Because Ministry of Defense are to provide administrative policy, administrative support in the formulation of the policies on national security. And they have to work hand in hand with service chiefs. So these are some of the that should also be, because with the allegation of the coup fraud, I think even ministers of defense have a case to answer in this situation. The former service chiefs should not only suffer the removal, even the Ministry of Defense and Minister of Defense has a case to answer because they are the supervising ministry and they are giving the support to the service chiefs.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sani Shinkafi, for your time on the Media News.